As a podcaster, I've interviewed over 35 entrepreneurs and investors in the world of cultivated meat and seafood. I have two takeaways. The first is that our industry is maturing. We've got companies that are specializing in pieces of the tech stack, making product development faster and cheaper. And second, I met a lot of companies that were doing great stuff with pork and chicken and beef, but there is still a huge white space with seafood. My name is Doug Grant. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Atlantic Fish Co. We're using cellular agriculture to develop the world's first cultivated halibut. And we're starting with seafood because it's not an exaggeration to say the world is running out of wild-caught fish. This is going to break. We are destroying our ecosystem, and this is not our future. And the knee-jerk reaction is to say, let's double down on aquaculture. And that's worked really well for the last 30 years. But the reality is that many of the fish people love to eat don't do well in captivity. And this cohort, including halibut, flounder, snapper, and grouper, is overfished and becoming too expensive. We've segmented them as the market price fish, because that's typically how we're seeing them priced on our menus. We've got about 150 companies in our industry. Only 11 are focused on seafood, and we are the only company focused on the market price fish segment. To go after this huge market opportunity, we're focused on the most expensive fish in the market price fish segment, halibut. To do this, we have exclusive access to the last farm-raised halibut in North America to develop our cell lines. Our partners in Canada are providing us with adults, juveniles, and embryos to develop these cell lines. Now, this is important because many of the most well-funded companies in this space, including Upside Foods, Believer Meats, Ayla Farms, they are all using embryonic cell lines for their terrestrial species. We now have this same capability with a premium wild fish species. And we're partnering with other companies doing the tech stack, including growth media, growth factors, and bioreactor scale-up to leverage their technology with our cell lines. This is going to speed our path to market, it reduces our cost, while also allows us to continue to build an IP moat around our core technology. Halibut was actually the original idea that they had with the fillet of fish at McDonald's. You fast forward 30 years, and now halibut is completely overfished in the Atlantic. When these fishermen in Gloucester, Massachusetts go out to fish, they can't actually go after halibut. The only way they can catch it is by bycatch when they're actually looking for lobster or something else, and it's only one per trip. So just in the last few decades, we've seen where we had an abundance of this fish to where it's been completely decimated on the East Coast. In the last 90 days at IndieBio, we've made some incredible progress on cell line development. We've started with tilapia and flounder using both adults and juveniles to do a cell isolation protocol. We've also got fish cells growing in suspension. And our work culminated when, just a few weeks ago, we brought a halibut from Canada down to North Carolina and have the world's first cultivated halibut cells for seafood growing in our lab. We did that in 90 days. But halibut is not the thing. It's the thing that gets us to the thing. And that's our vision of a world where animals are completely removed from the food supply system, but people still have the meat and seafood they love to eat. Thank you so much.